Welcome back to Vitiated How To. Let me tell you why you need this COSOri's 11-in-1 toaster air fryer oven. It is awesome. Comes with so many attachments, it's unreal. You got a little basket here that you can air fry zucchini, french fries, anything else you can think of and come up with like I do, because I'm like the mad kitchen chef. A rotisserie rod, if you will. These are the two little ends for it that poke into the side of the chicken, so that way you can put it on this rod. Comes with 2 extra screws if you're like me that loses them. I'm glad you have them. This is the little rotisserie holder that you can take, slide it into the thing. I'll show you in a minute, and slide it back out, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's get to this big bad boy. It is 13 inches deep by 13 inches wide, and it's 14 inches tall. It's a little massive. And you're asking, why do you need it? You'll love it for your RV life, believe me. Let's open it up. Get a little nosy in here. Let's check it out. You got 2 burners for the bottom for the bake, and then you got this little fryer thing up here, the air fryer they call it, the little burner for your broil. And then when you get to going and cooking with gas, you hit roast, and then it turns on those 2 and the one up top, so that way you're using them both. It is 1800 watts, which is ballpark 12 amps. You take the wattage, divide it by the voltage, you get the amperage. There you go. It's easier way for you to figure it out. It's got all these functions. You got air fryer, you got roast, you got broil, you got bake, you got pizza. Yeah. Reheat is really awesome. It's really neat too. Warm, dry, and proof. So it's kind of like almost a little commercial thing there with the proofing. Works real well if you like to do a lot of baking and a lot of other things. Works really good. Then we're going to take and do a little demonstration. It doesn't really matter how this goes in, as long as it goes in. There's a little thing right there you got to get. I don't know what it's called. A little wheel. Turn the light back on for you. Little wheel turner right there. And then it sets right over there. And then you go. Come on. You hit that. And looky there. You got a little spinning wheel. Looks like a little hamster wheel going. Just don't put no hamsters in there. Alright, now that you got that in, if you got whatever you're cooking in there and it's hot, you reach this little gadget in there, you lift it to the left side first, and you kind of work it, as you can see how I just did that, and then you just follow up underneath that little lip right there, and you stay under that lip there, and you pull it right out, and you set it wherever you need to set it, so that way you have it in a safe place where you won't burn yourself or burn anything else, because it's going to be really hot. So, back over here, and let's get back to, oh, well, yeah, probably help to talk about this. The little basket you got here, it's in and out. You open it that way, you close it that way, and it works really well. I haven't used it yet, but I know it works, because I have found other ways to do things, because I'm the mad scientist in the kitchen. Let's get these out of the way. That's one of your racks. This is your drip rack. That goes down there in the bottom, up in the burner. That goes down like so. And this one, there's various settings if you follow the directions of the book. Like I tend not to do, but it's wise to do it. There's 4 shelves that tells you to put it on. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 for various things. This is your air fryer rack. It's where you stick it where you need to stick it, here and there and everywhere. I haven't really used it for that particular thing. I use it for something else, because I will stick a pan on top of this that I'm baking, because it'll cook faster through that, because there's holes in it. Because as you notice, you can't really find an actual pan itself that'll fit that far that I have yet, so there's that. But then I use this as my regular baking sheet if I'm going to use something small. So what the mad scientist does, when I'm cooking 2 things, and yes, I've done it, I have cooked a full meal in this little thing. It's 13 quarts, so it fits a lot. I will take and position things like so. Then that way, because you have the bottom burners here, you can take and put your little oven safe glass container here, as long as you got a little bit of space there. And then whatever you're sticking up on here, you got to be mindful, because you see that little burner up there. If you put something too tall that has some kind of aluminum foil, that right there will burn it when you're doing the roast, because the roast does both, and it makes the fan back there blow a little more, so it circulates it. You just got to be mindful about that burner if you're using aluminum foil. And if you're using something that's got a lot of oil to it, got to be mindful about that too, because the oil splash on there, then you'll have a big old problem. You don't want that. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. I'll have them both running like this, and I'll have it cooking away. Now, let's get down to the nitty gritty. This bad boy gets hot, and I do mean hot. Whatever the temperature says there, that's what the inside of this gets, and that's what it's blowing out the back. You got the little intake vents here. That's for it sucks the air in that it needs to circulate. And then let's step over here. You got a vent right there, that little black plastic thing. That is your vent. And it gets very, very hot. So you might want to put it where you have a hood vent or something, to where that way it'll suck the heat out. And then you have little safety pegs right here. That way you can't push it too close to the back of the up against your wall or nothing. There's some ventilation, but I do recommend putting it somewhere where it's well ventilated, because trust me when I say it gets hot, you can set something on here and it'll cook on top. That's how hot the bad boy gets. So you just got to be mindful where you set it. It works really well, does really good. Best purchase I ever made, an all-in-one deal.